I've got to stay with Harold, make sure he stays on the straight and narrow.
Oh, I think he understands after the chalk you gave him last night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take a look.
How did you get that cage open?
It just opened. I'm sorry.
Sorry. What's the use?
How did you get the cage open, Harold?
I don't love you anymore. I don't want a place in your heaven.
Plane carrying 10 passengers and 2 crewmen has disappeared in a mountainous area 200 miles from Denver, Colorado. The plane took off during a thunderstorm. Rescue parties are searching the region, but weather conditions are making it very difficult. Names of the passengers are being withheld until relatives can be notified. In what appeared to be
No wonder this world's depressed. I mean, this is the news. You're supposed to learn something from the news. And all they tell you is who died. Then they want to interview the relatives, see how upset they are. And God forbid they should get footage on a disaster or something. They show it 500 times, and in slow motion yet. Come on, let's listen to some music.
Hey, hold on a second. Santa Claus has been giving out money and toys to adults and children in many parts of the city. The unknown Kringle claims he is the real Santa Claus and has decided that one day a year isn't enough time for giving. And now the local weather. Partly cloudy Friday, mostly clear Saturday.
Well, at least the old kook gave us some good news.
That's Harold.
What's Harold?
That old kook.
What, do you think you know him?
I know him.
Where do you know him from?
From up there.
Up there? You mean he's,
Yeah, he's an angel. Look, do me a favor. Get on the freeway and take it to downtown. That's where we'll find Harold.
Is he our next assignment?
No, not really. It's just kind of an automatic with the boss. Every time Harold goes off the deep end, we're supposed to get in there and bail him out.
What did he do wrong? He's just playing Santa Claus.
Hey, Mark, we're here to help people help each other. It's not just a giveaway program, you know? You'd think Harold would have learned that by now.
He's done this before, huh?
For 200 years.
You're kidding. Why does the boss let him get away with it?
Because he likes the guy. To err is human, you know?
Well, old Harold must be quite a guy.
Oh, that he is. Believe me, that he is.
Don't push, don't push. There's plenty for all. There's plenty for all. Don't push each other. Plenty of time. Just here, let the ladies get their share. Take your time. Take your time. Don't push, don't push. There'll be plenty for all.
I don't believe it. Good wine, too.
Are you sure? Out of a hydrant?
I'm sure. Taste it.
It is. And they put out fires with that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get me some.
All right. There's plenty for all. Take your time. Ladies and gentlemen, take your time.
Oh, Harold, not again.
Now relax, good people. There's plenty for all of you. Don't push each other. Come in, young lady. Get your share.
All right, Harold, let's go.
Oh, Jonathan, just a few more minutes.
No more minutes. Come on, let's go. Harold, you know how he feels about this.
Well, what's wrong with turning a little water into wine? I mean, it was perfectly acceptable.
Now, that was for an entirely different reason, and you know it. I want you to turn it off. Come on, turn it off.
Hey, it stopped.
Maybe it's plugged. Anybody got a plunger?
It's done.
All right, then. Let's go.
All right.
Harold, I just can't believe you'd do that.
I just wanted to see them happy.
Hey, well, that's not the way. I mean, drinking is part of the problem, not part of the solution.
But what else have they got? Everybody complains about their drinking, but they don't do anything to give them a reason to stop.
Well, then that's what you should be working on, getting people together to help.
Well, I'm not good at that sort of thing, Jonathan. You know that.
Well, that's why we're here, to help you. Harold, meet Mark Gordon.
Hi.
You an angel?
Far from it.
Cute, Jonathan.
Let's go, Harold. You know that I'm right. Now, you realize there is no angel in the Corps that's been on probation as long as you have? I mean, every time it looks like you're going to make it, you pull a stunt like you did today.
I know. But I just can't help it. I like to see people happy.
Well, so do I, but for the right reasons.
You don't understand.
Oh, Harold, I think I understand very well. All you're concerned about is that people like you. Whether what you do for them is right or wrong is secondary.
Huh. What's wrong with wanting to be liked? Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Plenty. Look, suppose you're a parent. You want your kids to like you. What do? You just give them everything? Do you? No, because it wouldn't be good for them.
You know, he's got a point there.
But I don't just give them everything. I give a little something to people who have nothing.
And the next day, their lives are just the way they were before. Harold, you can't change people by just giving them things. What they need is love and understanding. That's the kind of help they need.
I know you're right. I just don't know how to give those things. I couldn't when I was alive, and I can't now. I spent my whole life alone. I mean, I'd go work at my trade, and then I'd go home, make supper, go to bed, and then go back to work. I really never knew anyone. And then I was dead. And I don't belong to this job.
Well, the boss must think you do, or you wouldn't still be at it.
No, but I'm always making such a mess of things.
Look, I've got some assignments coming up. Why don't we all work on them together? Maybe that way you'll sort of get the hang of it.
You know, you may be right. I'm beginning to feel better already. When do we start?
First thing tomorrow morning. And no Santa Claus suit, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here's the address. This isn't a tough one. You won't have any trouble. Don't worry.
No, Jonathan. I never worked an assignment alone before.
Oh, come on. You're ready for it. I got to keep an eye on Harold, and this ought to be taken care of right away. This Mrs. Cawley is an old lady. She's feeling real depressed. Just go on over there. See what's wrong. See if there's anything you can do.
Sure, I can handle it.
Hey, I guarantee it. I got to stay with Harold. Make sure he stays on the straight and narrow.
Oh, I think he understands after the chalk you gave him last night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take a look. Hold it, Harold. What's with the outfit?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know. What's with the outfit?
Kids like clowns. It's just that,
Harold, you remember last night?
yeah, I remember. I just don't think people are gonna like me if,
Harold. No Santa, no clown, just Harold.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Hello.
Miss Caldy?
Yes. Have you come about my Sadie?
Sadie?
Yes, my dog. I put a poster in the market on the bulletin board.
Oh, I see.
You haven't come about Sadie, have you?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
You found her?
No, I saw your poster, and I just wondered if I might help look.
My.
Sorry, ma'am, did I say something to upset you?
Oh, no, you didn't. It's just that you're being so kind. Oh, please, do come in.
Oh, thank you.
What's your name, young man?
Mark Gordon.
Well, let me tell you, there aren't many people that would worry about an old lady's dog.
That's my pleasure. Do you have a picture of her?
Oh, everywhere you look, on the walls, the tables. She's a PM, as you can see.
PM?
Yes, pure mutt. Smart as a whip, though. Can't understand how she disappeared. I keep praying it wasn't a coyote or something like that. I have awful dreams about that.
How long's she been missing?
3 weeks tomorrow. I didn't realize how much that dog meant to me until she was gone. Oh, I knew I loved her. But you just never realize until something like this happens.
Yeah, I know. Listen, if I could have one of these pictures, I could have some copies made and spread them around.
Oh, certainly.
Did she have a collar on?
No. I took it off to bathe her. That's why I feel it was my fault.
Oh, come on, it's nobody's fault. Now, the important thing is that you don't give up hope. You keep trying.
Yes, I know. God bless you.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
I'll give you $100 for the bracelet, $10 for the radio.
It must be worth more than that.
You don't know what they're worth. That's why you take what I give you or you go somewhere else.
What about the stamp?
Hey, darling, I don't know from stamps except to mail a letter. They're worth nothing to me. 110, and that's it.
Please, Senor, I have a chance to bring my children here. I had not seen them in 3 years. I had to have $500.
Well, work more, steal more, because you're $390 short. You think on it. What can I do for you?
I'm just looking around.
That's cool.
Perhaps you could help me.
What you need?
I'm a philatelist.
What?
A stamp collector and broker. Do you have anything?
Hold on, let me look. Let me see this book, Mama. You keep thinking now.
Don't do it, Rosa. You have respect where you work. I know things have been hard, but this isn't the way.
Who are you?
I'm a friend.
Please, don't tell. I promise. I put these things back. I didn't mean to.
I know. It's all right, I know.
Nothing, huh?
On the contrary, they're quite valuable.
Come on. Like what?
I'll pay you $200.
No kidding? This book's worth $200?
No, the stamp is. And this one? 300, maybe 4.
Hold on a second. Mama, I've had a change of heart. I'll give you $500 for the lot. Bracelet, radio, stamp book.
I'm sorry. I cannot.
Hold on now. Look it. I'll give you $500 just for the stamps.
$500?
Right.
All right. Okay.
I'll get your money. Keep looking, sir. I'll be right with you.
All right, Harold, what's going on?
Nothing.
Don't give me that. I saw you talking to the crook about the stamps.
Oh, I merely said that I was interested in them.
What did you say to him, Harold?
That they were worth a lot of money.
But they're not.
Jonathan, that poor woman wouldn't be selling stolen goods if crooks like Marvin didn't buy them. She's desperate. He's not.
I just talked that woman out of making the biggest mistake of her life, and you just turned the whole thing around.
But Jonathan, you're wrong.
Out.
Jonathan.
Out.
Okay. 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500.
Gracias. Gracias.
I said, don't do it. Now it's not too late. You can give the money back.
It's all right. The stamps, they were my father's. I never thought they were worth anything. Tonight, I will thank my father in my prayers. He bring my children to me. Vaya con Dios.
Hey, where's that other dude who was in here?
I don't know.
Wasn't he with you?
I never saw him before in my life.
Where are they going?
Vivisection.
Oh.
They can't keep him in his shelter forever. Now, at least this way it'll help others. The rest of the ones inside get the gas.
But why?
Because people don't care, that's why. You know, most of the dogs in there got dumped because people got tired of them. All right, let's go, Charlie.
You're still angry?
No, I'm not angry. Look, I'm not saying what you did was right, but it wasn't so wrong either.
Then I did okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you did okay. Come on, let's see how Mark's doing.
Oh, I almost forgot something. I'll be right back.
Well, he's doing better. He's bending the rules a little bit, but he's not breaking them. I think if he sticks with me for a while,
How did you get that cage open?
It just opened. I'm sorry.
Sorry. What's the use?
How did you get the cage open, Harold? How?
You know how. I couldn't help it.
Come on, Harold, I know how you feel. I feel the same way. But we gotta get the people to change. We have to get them to care. I mean, you can't go around just letting all the dogs run loose. They'll starve to death. You know I'm right.
I know. That's the trouble. I know what's right, just doesn't seem right. If you could have seen their faces when I opened that cage,
They liked you.
they maybe even loved me.
Let's go see how Mark's doing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Mark. How's it going?
Not too good. Old lady lost her dog. It ran off. Spent the day putting up posters, but, you know, it's been 3 weeks. I don't think there's much hope.
Mr. Gordon! Have you found out anything about my Sadie?
No, I didn't, but you never know. Oh, these are my friends, Harold and Jonathan.
How do you?
How are you?
Listen, I put pictures up everywhere. If anybody in this area sees your dog, you're gonna know about it.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I'll ever see her again. But it meant a lot to me to know that somebody cares.
Remember what I said about not giving up hope?
Yes, I know. But I've prayed every minute since she disappeared. If God had wanted it to be, it would have happened by now. Maybe he's too busy to worry about an old woman's dog.
Those are the dogs from the pound.
I thought you were downtown.
We were.
That's 40 miles from here. I mean, you talk about a miracle.
Yeah, well, a miracle for her dog, maybe. What about the other 7 dogs?
Speaking for the dogs, I'd just soon take my chances.
Oh, you're a big help, you know that? You're really a big help.
Oh, those dogs are gonna love it there. I mean, isn't that a sweet lady taking them all in? What's the next assignment?
I don't know yet. But whatever it is, we're gonna go about it the right way. No more breaking the rules. Is that understood, Harold?
Anything you say, Jonathan.
First and 10. Wilson is back. Lots of time. Tries to get it to Marcus Allen, and almost intercepting was Gary Green. It is incomplete. Let's take a look at the replay. Now you can see here Allen slips out of the backfield. Wilson's looking for the open man. The defense, though, has them covered
Come on,
very
I can't
well.
stand it.
Now there, he forces it.
Is that your favorite team?
Favorite? It's the only team. They used to be in Oakland. Oh, God, let them score.
Incomplete
Uh,
pass stopped
look,
the
Harold, I
clock,
know it's not
but
right to
maybe the
interfere
Raiders
with a
just
game
wanna
like this, but
regroup.
you think you could...
It's a
Mark.
perfect situation. The
You think
Raiders
you
are
could
out
make
of
this picture
timeout.
come in
They've
clearer?
gotta
You
go
weren't
for
gonna
the
say that, and you know it.
Yes, I was. Listen, I swear to...
You swear to what?
This has been a hard-hitting football game.
To the hair on
Both
my chinny
defenses
chin
have done
chin.
a fine job.
Oh, come
The
on,
difference right
Jonathan.
now,
Now, don't give me that, oh, come on, Jonathan. I can't believe you try something
Raiders
like
up to
that.
the line of scrimmage.
That's because you're
Hey,
not from Oakland.
let's take a look at that. Right here, you can see 76 had Wilson in his grasp and lost him. He's running for the sidelines. He spots Allen down the middle, lays it in, perfect. And the great running back does the rest. We knew it was going to be a barn burner.
All right, Harold, all right.
All right, Harold, that's it. I'm telling you, that's it.
Two great teams with outstanding records.
I had nothing to do with that. I thought you knew me better than that.
Certainly loved it
Oh,
here at
really?
the stadium. What a performance
Yes,
by
really.
these clubs. And it
I'm
came
from
in a
Philadelphia.
pressure situation.
Hey, Harold, I want you to stay out here.
But I thought that we were...
I know what you thought. I gotta be honest with you, Harold. I just can't trust you on this one.
Oh. I see.
Hey, maybe the next one, all right?
Carol, you didn't mean anything by that.
That's all right, Mark. He's right, you know. I probably would just have made a mess of things anyway.
Reverend Blake.
Yes,
I'm Reverend Smith.
you've wasted a trip down here, Reverend. My decision is final.
But why? Why do you want to leave the church? You're a strong influence here. People need you.
No, they don't. They need miracles, and I can't supply those. Why would they send you down here in the first place to talk to me?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't know what it's like down here. I buried a 14-year-old boy today, shot and killed on a street corner. I knew that boy. Came to church every Sunday with his mama. He stands on a corner with 20 others, and out of all of them, he's killed. Why? Can you answer me that?
No, I can't.
Well, I can't either. Oh, he's not the first boy I've buried here, but he will be my last.
But things can change. It takes men like you to help make those changes.
It takes men like you. Men who still believe, 'cause I don't believe anymore, Reverend. I've seen too much pain, too much killing. You know what it's like to stand up in front of a congregation and preach the word of the Lord, and all the time you don't believe?
We all have our faith tested, you know that.
Yeah, well, I can't pass the test anymore. And I don't need some white man to come down here from uptown, pat me on my head and say, believe just because I'm a reverend. I'm just a person. I got fears. I got anger. I got frustration. I'm not some miracle worker on television. I'm just a minister who has to watch young boys die day in and day out.
Without people like you, nothing's gonna change.
Well, I've been here 15 years. Nothing's changed. Go back where you come from, Reverend. You don't belong down here.
Oh, yes, I do, Reverend. Believe me, I do.
Reverend, I've been sitting here praying to God that He'd show me a way. He'd give me a sign, something.
Don't stop praying, Reverend.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Everything. Like a perfectly good man in there has been pushed to the breaking point, and there's not a thing I can do about it.
Why?
Because I can't give him his faith back. That's all.
A few little stuff?
I can only do what he lets me do. Besides, faith isn't tricks or gimmicks. It's what's inside.
You're not giving up on him, are you?
No. I'm not giving up. I just wish I had some help on this one. Where's Harold?
He's over there with the kids. Feeling kind of bad.
Not the only one. Hey, Harold! Come on, let's go.
I'll be right there.
Well, is that it?
We want one.
Where's your money?
Don't have any.
Well, then you can't have any.
We'll have it tomorrow. We're bringing in some cans.
Well, then get me tomorrow.
Everybody's got one except for us.
One more time. They're good boys.
Say, young fellows, look over there.
Let's go.
Hey! Hey, you kids!
I never saw the boy. I never saw him.
Get an ambulance.
I've spoken to you a lot of times. Maybe you heard me, maybe you didn't. But you're going to hear me this time. You know, you're up there where everything's just dandy. Well, it's not that way down here. I see things day in and day out. Things that make me sick inside. Old people nobody cares about. People lying in alleys and doorways. Children dying of disease because the money to find a cure is being spent on making weapons to kill other children. And that's wrong. And what happened today is wrong. And you let it happen. When I was alive, I used to hear people say, if there was a God, he wouldn't let this happen. Well, I know now that there is a God, and still it happens. Why? Why does it happen? And don't give me that don't question business. I've been working at this for 200 years now, and maybe I've made a lot of mistakes. But I tried, and I have a right to know. You're God. People need you down here. God? Where are you? Where are you?
Where are the people?
Jonathan, leave me alone with him, please.
Not till you answer my question.
What question?
Where are the people? I mean, all I've heard you ask was, what's God been doing lately? Well, what about his people? What about his children? What, are they supposed to just sit back and wait for God to take care of everything?
Why not? He's God. If I was God, I would. You hear me? I would. And you're wrong. And I don't love you anymore. And I don't want a place in your heaven. I don't. I don't! Jonathan, why can't he let me go? I've killed that boy. Why can't he let me go? Oh, God. Forgive me. I didn't mean all those things. I just want to be let go.
Why'd you come to this church, Al? Of all the churches, why this one?
I don't know. I just did. You were here today.
That's right. I came to talk to a man who lost his faith, his strength. He's the father of that boy. That's right. He's at his bedside right now. He's trying to go through it alone, Harold. And he's afraid. He needs help. Help him, Harold. Go to him.
But he's your assignment. You said so.
Not anymore. He's your assignment now.
I don't want it. I don't want you to give it to me.
I didn't give it to you, Harold. I didn't give it to you.
I'm afraid.
Join the club.
Doctor, I didn't hear you come in.
I didn't want to disturb you. I thought you might be in prayer.
No, Doctor. Prayer isn't what my son needs. Surprise you? Hearing me say that?
Why, because you're a minister?
Yes.
No, it doesn't surprise me. Things happen to all of us in our lives that test our faith. A minister, after all, is still only human.
Sound religious, Doctor.
I am.
Yeah, well, that surprises me. After all you've seen.
It's for that very reason I am religious. I've seen miracles.
Give me that God stuff today, Doctor. My son is lying half dead in that bed, and my wife is in the next room sedated so she can't cry in agony anymore. And you telling me about God?
I don't have to tell you about God. You have felt him before in your life.
That was a long time ago.
If you felt him once, you can feel him again. Would it hurt to pray for your son?
I can't. You don't understand. I don't believe anymore. I want to, but I don't.
Then tell him that. Be honest with him. What more could he ask?
I can't.
Why?
Because I'm afraid.
As a friend of mine once said, join the club.
I'm afraid to speak with you because I feel what happened to my boy is my fault because I denounced you. I only ask that you give him a chance. This wonderful boy filled with love, kindness. The world needs children like him. Please. Father, please don't take it from us. Please. What's wrong? Oh, my boy's awake. He's all right. I think he's all right. Nurse, get him away. Please get him away.
I'd like to see O'Hara one more time.
Yeah, me too.
Must have got his prayer answered.
That's about time. 200 years is a long stretch to be working at the same job.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of time. Ah, nuts. It's already on.
What?
The lottery. They spin the big wheel today. I want to see if anybody wins that $3 million.
Gambling. Come on, you really think the boss approves of that?
Ah, Jonathan, these people, they're human.
Around it goes.
There it is.
Around it looks like 10,000. No, wait, it jumped right. Yes, $3 million. Congratulations, Harold. You're the big winner in the state lottery.
Oh, wow. What a lucky guy. I mean, $3 million.
Harold, what are you going to do now that you're a millionaire?
I'm going to give it away to people who need it.